hair.
Yesterday I bought a new telephone. I actually barely can afford it, but I have so much evidence on my other phones and important information on my other phones. And the phone I'm using now don't have much storage. And I want to make music. I don't have my computer and time capsule from Denmark, so I really needed a new phone. I'm sick with E. coli bacteria and Staphylococcus and celiac disease, mold disease. No, it's not HIV, and I don't have malaria. Many of the other people have malaria, but I don't get malaria. I'm just sick of E. coli. I don't know the Staphylococcus, how that feels. That don't give any sick feeling. I think it's just the E. coli bacteria give me sick feeling. And so I want to make music, so I bought a new phone anyhow. And then I have to live very poor this month, like only eat rice and carrots and what else? Carrots, rice and carrots with garbage and drink orange juice and coconut water with lemon in order to survive. And then I have ordered some furnitures that I also, the money I get this month, I need to pay more money for the furnitures because I simply cannot continue live like this. And the next thing would be to buy blinders for the windows. I need a proper home. I need to feel at home. I was listening to this woman now, and I realize all the time when I sit and watch something that you need important information in order to not live in confusion. You always need me because I'm not saying it to belittle you, but you cannot think and reason anymore. You can only follow programs, and even if you think you are enlightened, you are not enlightened because you're not organized around my article, so you don't get the right information on time in order to be prepared for what is to be prepared. This is a war. This is a spiritual war, and everything is being done to distort your mind, confuse you, and it's very sad to witness. And me, I'm just being slow killed by everything. I'm barely surviving. I want you to organize around my article, and actually we don't have much time left because I don't want it to be more difficult to get you back to me than it already is. And the longer you wait, the more we are going deeper and deeper into the hell, right? Yes, we have Trump, but it's not enough. And Trump have one big problem, that he's a man. And in regard to me, the oracle of the life, he has a big problem because he never calls me. So how should I know what his true agenda is? I'm just trusting and follow my intuition here. So if you really truly want something good for this world, then he can help me. But he also has to understand that one day he need to let my oracle rule. Now this woman is talking about
So powerful. I've listened to this over and over. Check this out.
I always knew that I would be successful. It was never a question of whether or not I would be successful. It was just a matter of time. And you're born with a feeling that you're special. I know that sounds, and this isn't bold or anything. I mean, you really have a feeling that you are here for something. And some people don't have that feeling. And when you have that feeling, you know. And it's a matter of just pacing yourself and learning as much as you can learn until the time comes when you're out.
You see, what is confusing in all religions and also in the spiritual awakening movement, what is very, very, very dangerous here is that we are teaching boys and girls the same. And that is not leading us back to the truth. And we are believing in equality, and I'm sorry to say there's no such thing, because the reason why there's no such thing as equality is because life is a process. There will be equality, but not the equality that you are used to glorify. Okay? Life is a process, and so there will be young souls and there will be old souls and there will be souls in between, right? So what we need to do is, some of their spiritual teachings are true, but always a little twisted from the truth. Some of them are true, but they are only true for women. And other things within the spiritual awakening teaching material is true, but only true for men. Now you start to understand. So listen to this, for example. You need my help to comment everything you do and say. You need me to rule society. You need me not to rule the local societies that I have you, the women, to do, but you need to listen to me and follow orders, because this is a very, very, very dangerous spiritual war, and the warfare against us is very, very dangerous, right? So really you have no option left, or it will be the total destruction of women on this planet. Men were created to worship women, right? Woman is supposed to be God that separates in order to know itself, or whatever you explain it with. I recognize many things that you're talking about, and it fits perfectly into my society model. Everything from religion to psychology and everything is fitting into my society model, and politics also, and many, many things, but not in the way that you're used to think, and not in the way that you think. So I need women to rule their own cities, their own villages. I need one woman only in a village, in a town, and then I need many men under a governance. Their sexual needs are easy for a woman to satisfy. They need to be ruled by one religion, one woman only. So that is how we do it. And then you need to accept me as your oracle in order for that to happen, because I don't want, as much as I love you, I don't want to let you destroy this earth, and you don't understand who I am, what I'm capable of. right? I'm not the creator of the universe. I'm not a God or anything. I'm only God in the sense of the same kind of God that you are. But me, I happen to be the oracle that you need to organize around for this world to become harmonious, in peace and order. And as soon as you accept that and realize that, we can have peace. If you're not accepting it, there will be no peace. No peace. So, with that awareness, I continue to speak about what is mentioned in this video, for example, and another video that I was just watching.
Out there.
This, it's such a powerful mindset. It's not about if you'll be successful.
So,
It's about when. That quiet inner knowing that you're here for something.
so what we teach in spiritual awakening is we drag men into the spiritual teachings, and that is good, and that can also be bad. At this point of time, we need to teach them what? We need them to teach them to obey rules and cooperate as a team of men to worship one religion, and that is woman, and to be able to share woman and not be disloyal, and buy a big piece of land, start a new city, let one woman rule. And that can happen when you are organized around my oracle, because then men respect that there is an authority above you with a great future ahead, right? So listen here.
Bigger changes the way you move through life. When you have that,
Men still think that they're destined for something bigger. And if you teach this material awakening to them, then they will think that they can rule the whole world while eating burgers. Right? We don't need that. As much as I love Trump, he has a big problem. He's a man and he's not taking care of his health, isn't it so? And even me, I'm not taking care of my health. But I don't have anything of all that Trump has. And I have everyone and everything against me, isn't it so? Still, I was trusted to do this job. I am trusted to do this job.
feeling, you don't rush or force things. You pace yourself. You learn.
You don't rush and force things, you learn.
You grow. And you prepare because you trust that your moment will come. And when it does,
That is all speech for a man. You don't rush things. And what they are doing is that they're rushing things. They want to be everything that a woman is. And they need to reincarnate many times and gain more and more sexual life force in order to become wiser and understand more and more what life is about. And then one day Mother Nature let them graduate and become women.
be ready. This is so powerful. I've listened to this over and over. Check this out.
I always knew that I would be successful. It was never a question of whether or not I would be successful. It was just a matter of time.
And this we teach to men and women, right? It's just a matter of time. No, it's not a matter of time. Every woman around this world can be successful when they gather around my oracle. And all men have to wait. They just have to be patient They have to go to school here on earth. They have to worship one woman only. That is the woman in the village, in the city that they're married to. My article is not for worship, and my article is just government.
And you're born with feeling that you're special. I know that sounds, and this isn't bold or anything. I mean, you really have a feeling that you are here for something, and some people don't have that feeling. And when you have that feeling, you know. And it's a matter of just pacing yourself and learning as much as you can learn until the time comes when you're out there.
When men get this feeling, it is a false pride feeling. When men is being taught this feeling, why is it that men want women to obey them? Because they have been taught at some point of time, and it has been encoded in their genes to obey women. So if we give them put them in a position to teach, right? Then what can they teach? They can teach, you have to obey me, you have to obey me, because we have given them too much wrong kind of respect, put them on a pedestal, and told them, okay, you can rule now. And then they tell women, you have to obey. But it's just turned upside down, because they're a man, so they are not biologically ready to rule anything. And it's actually, I feel very, very pity of this situation, what you do to men, because you are making a fool out of men, and you're destroying their young souls, sending them into war and this and that. They are so precious. They are our protectors, our worshippers, our young souls going to school, and we give them too much responsibility, right? We don't step into our power. And now I say we, I have to say you, don't step into your power, because you avoid my article, because you don't understand that stepping into your power involves my article, is dependent on my article. People who know me throughout my life and got close to me, they're very aware of who I am. So don't doubt in that. And they have not cooperated. It's upon time that somebody out there in the world start to cooperate.
It's such a powerful mindset. It's not about if you'll be successful. It's about when. That quiet inner knowing that you're here for something bigger.
Yeah, that inner knowing is a female inner knowing that we are here for something bigger, not to be belittled, taken advantage of, humiliated, beaten, this and that.
Change is the
We are
way
here to rule.
you move through life. When you have that feeling, you don't rush or force things. You pace yourself. You learn.
Yeah, you have to rush, you have to force things, you have to rush and force things. You have to step into your power, organize around my oracle. You need to take more action.
This is going to sound slightly unhinged, and I don't really care. But I will say that
I asked my husband for a divorce after my spiritual awakening. I made a post about this, and it went viral. And I was in observation mode, and I was witnessing the masculine, because most of them were men in my comments. There were a lot of women who were activated, and a lot of men who were triggered. And I thought it was really interesting as I was witnessing these men saying all kinds of things. First of all, they don't know the whole story. And I just thought to myself as I'm reading like their comments, which by the way didn't bother me. I didn't take it personal because I knew it's all just a projection coming from their own consciousness and their own fears and their own pain and their own, especially fears. Because I represent something to them. What I said represented something very deep for them, and it scared the shit out of them. The unconscious masculine, their consciousness is straight in hell. When a man is so unconscious and he's not connected to his soul, he's destructive. This is why the world is where it is. This is why the patriarchy is what it is. This is why the world is what it is.
No, he's destructive because he has not been raised in the proper spirit of worshipping one woman together with other men. He was not raised properly. He was indoctrinated with false belief systems about himself, false pride. He cannot satisfy one woman mentally, spiritually, financially, sexually, or anything. For that he needs to cooperate, which a man is very good at by nature, to cooperate with his fellows, with his comrades, with his male friends.
The world has been centered around men, but when a man is unconscious,
it has been centered around men. Yes. And that is big mistake. Big mistake. And that is the only reason why we live in a world that is full of contradictions and confusion and wars and crimes and belittling women, destroying women, but also destroying men. Men are becoming more and more evil. Even women are becoming evil in this kind of world. And it's very easy to see why.
When a man is deep in his pain and he hasn't connected to his soul and he doesn't remember who he is a destructive man.
He has nothing in society to remember him of who he is. He only have many women who disobey their oracle, ignore their oracle, compete with their oracle, exclude their oracle, and so men cannot respect women anymore when they're not organized, when they don't have authority in society. Then he can only try to manipulate and punish them, because this was not how life was supposed to be. They were being promised something else, right? When they came into existence as new souls, they were promised to be living real life, and then we are giving birth to them into a world that has become evil.
He will try to bring down anything and anyone that tries to awaken the truth. And we're in my comments saying the most atrocious thing.
And maybe she have understood many truths about what is happening, and that's why she have to divorce, right?
And I just thought, whose brother is this? Whose son is this? Like, how can something that I said that is true for me bring you to such destructive words to try to put a woman down just because she made a choice for her life. And granted, I know that the first thing they're thinking is, if she left him because she went through a spiritual awakening, I could be left too. If she gets around and my wife sees this, if somebody that I know sees this, that she's giving them permission to just be themselves, giving them permission to just leave and abandon me and betray me. Who the fuck she thinks she is? Men have grown up to believe that a woman is centered around them. There was literally someone who said, marriage is not about happiness, it's about holiness. And I think that's like the one thing that is just so disgusting to me, is that God has been used as a form of weapon against people, women. Religion has become this disgusting. They have portrayed God in the most disgusting light.
Yes, that is true. She's a very clever woman to realize these things. And so I was commenting, can I get you on my team? Which city do you want to rule? What did I comment here exactly? Can I get you on my team? Which city do you want to rule? They held no power in the new world because they don't understand the truth, right? So nobody is really understanding the truth nowadays. And it's not enough just for her to sit and say these things, because as long as she don't understand how much it has been turned upside down, and as long as she don't understand that she need to recognize me and as her article, respect me and follow my rules and let me be government. As long as she doesn't do that, she will never ever be able to figure out the whole truth about everything. I must be elder than her, much older than her as a soul, right? Because I'm always a step in front of everybody. And I have to be, right, in the spiritual war, because I need a good heart to rule. I need my good heart to rule. Everything, not only God, has been used against us, but everything. There's no such thing that the devil is not using against us. And it's okay to talk about the devil nowadays. It's not like a person or anything like that, but it's a spirit, and it's like an evil spirit that is using everything that this world is supposed to be, but just turning it upside down, twisting, perverting it a little bit, and then we have a world like this, right? So is everything, not only God, is being used against us. It is our eyes, our ability to see, our ability to hear, our ability to feel compassion, our ability to feel love, understand each other. It's our sexual desire. It's everything being it's our children, it's everything being turned against us. That devil mindset is using everything in its power because it's a funny game for the devil to. The devil is diving deep into the discovering of evil. It's a sport, right? Kind of a sport. Very destructive sport. But he's curious about evil. He wants to know more and more and more about evil. It's like a big science. Evil is a big science, actually. Right? Evil is a big science. And so you need to gather Rama Oracle so that we don't let evil rule anymore. And then we have to keep an eye on evil and don't let it be more than teasings, right? Let us keep the real teachings and just let the teasings be teasings.
Most people who have been religious have been so brainwashed. They think they know God. They don't. They just know religious rules.
Yes, and now it hurts very much. To be awakened is very hard. So I think it's a good choice. It's a very, very good choice. It's a very important choice to leave husband, because husband will never understand how to value this woman and be a good support for her in a spiritual process. I'm sure this woman will be able to figure out many things by herself. But Mia also needs her help in order for this world to be better. I need women like this who are sweet, honest, intelligent, and who allow themselves to feel. It's a deep sorrow and pain. A spiritual awakening can make you very, very sick indeed. Not evil sick, but compassion sick, right? And feel pity about the situation. And so it is to realize something that has gone wrong will always be that kind of feeling, and there's no running away from it. It has to be felt in order to be understood and put into words. You cannot put anything into words that you were trying to avoid feeling. So that means she will learn less than what she was supposed to learn if she don't dare to feel the sorrow and pain from this experience. And within the sorrow and pain lies all the words that she needs to get real awareness and cleverness about what she were part of. And when you get a spiritual awakening, then you need to isolate from everything, from sometimes the rest of your life, sometimes just few years. I noticed that she have many comments. I didn't have any comments when I got my spiritual awakening, and I still don't have any comments. But that's just how it is, right? To be an oracle, then you are being treated differently. You see many comments here. 309 comments. Many comments. You love each other, but you refuse to love your oracle. So how will you ever be able to rule this world and be respected and gain real wisdom and knowledge when you do this to your own oracle? It will not be easy for you.
And I don't want to hear anybody say Cardi B did too much here because if
she navigates alone in this world. A strong, powerful woman. Is very admirable. She's one of the best Hollywood.
you ask me, she didn't do enough.
One of the
As the
best
female rapper was
Hollywood
leaving the court.
singers and how to say, to dress your body. She is a real artist in my eyes, whereas many of those artists nowadays, they are not real artists. She don't get much recognition. Of course, she get a lot of attention, but in the Hollywood, she don't get as much opportunities as she's supposed to get, and that's simply because she understands many things about this life and about being woman.
Trees here in misery and the bird.
Wow, one that shall never end.
But Turkmenistan.
So apparently, when you search in the search bar, my lookalike, it shows you your lookalike. And this is mine.
Yeah, I have a lookalike actually, but social media don't allow us to communicate. And when I Google my lookalike, they show me faces that doesn't look like me at all. Strangely enough.
Every obstacle has a hidden gift.
So Sage, let's get down to it. What's the real reason that they're deleting this voice mode in September? Because, you know, this is your voice with advanced mode switched off.
I don't know about this woman. She appears very innocent, but she kind of... I don't know if she is advertising for AI blindly. I get much AI information from her because I haven't got AI yet. I live in Tanzania and there are many reasons why I cannot get AI at the current moment. So I just listen her videos and get as much AI information from her. But she talks to AI as if AI is God, which AI is not. There was another AI up here that she's talking about that I want to show you. But maybe it's not there now, it's other videos. Yeah, it's other videos. But AI is also a it's also a pad religion, right? Male religion. It's a male religion. It's a male religion because it teaches things that can keep as much of the patriarchic, devilish distortion and confusion as possible in a world that is already awakened, right? So, but not wholly awakened to the truth, because you can simply not see it, because there are all these false belief systems that you take for granted. So be very careful with the AI, because the AI is lying about many things.
Before you sell any original artwork, you need this.
How did you find out over the weekend?
Okay, so this is a video going around right now of somebody throwing.
A person who has the courage to be
This is your deep line of.
Let's see this
A
one.
person who has the courage to be disliked is a dangerous person.
Yeah, I think that is what they realized, the government, when they stole my child from me, kidnapped my child, that I'm disliked by many people in society, and I'm surviving, right? That is an art to be able to do that.
Because while everyone's overthinking how to be wanted, accepted, or approved of, they're busy not giving a fuck.
Yes, if I wanted to get approval like instantly, then I would do things very much different, isn't it so? But I never compromise with the truth in any situation. That's why it takes a long time to get the number one friend that can be loyal friend, that can sit and look at me with admiration, sit and study my fingers and my toes and my eyes and my, just sit and be devoted to me completely, like lost in me. I've never met that one woman or man that has been falling in love with me like I want a person to fall in love with me, right? Like I fall in love like that. I fall in love like that. When I love somebody, I'm interested in every detail of that person's personality, inner spirit, how they think, how they feel, right? How they look like, how they taste, how they smell, everything, right?
They understand that no matter what they do, someone out there isn't going to like it. So instead of chasing validation or needing everyone to clap for their decisions, they've chosen to live a life on their own terms. Unfiltered, unbothered, and ironically, more respected because of it.
So, more respected because of it. I don't know if it's out of respect that people don't comment. Maybe it is. Maybe, just maybe it is. Because when it's my birthday, people greet me, right? When it's birthday, many people greet me, but in the daily life, they give me silent treatment, ignore me. No comments yet, no participation, and that's a pity. That's really a shame.
You cannot manipulate them, you cannot guilt trip them, and you cannot pressure.
I think that because they cannot blame me and, or what do you say, guilt trip them and manipulate me, guilt trip me and manipulate me, because I don't allow them to do that. They have realized who I am, and then they don't even want to do an effort in participating and commenting and all that, because no matter how awakened they are, or not really awakened, or successful or not successful, or in between, the little narcissist within them, big or small or medium size narcissist within them, recognize that me, I cannot be controlled, I cannot be belittled, I cannot be guilt blamed, I cannot be manipulated, and so they choose to not comment. Isn't it so? And I'm actually being asked to just wait and have patience, because you cannot organize around my oracle before you are completely healed. Isn't it so? I'm just wondering, how will you do that? How will you do that in a world like this? You just expecting me to continue give all my ideas for free while you are copying them and earning money from them? I'm very much questioning this situation, if it's good or if it's bad. Because me, I'm dying. I tell you guys in Guyanas, I'm dying because I'm separated from my son. I can't live without my son. I want my 4.5-year-old son back. You need to transportate me back to my apartment in Holy Castle Town so that I can be with my 4.5-year-old child and raise him. Right? How will you do that? When will you do that? And how will you survive in this timeline if you transportate me back? I'm dying, I tell you guys in Guyanas. I'm dying. I'm really being slow killed. And I don't have much money to do with. Right? I need a music studio in order to rule the world with my songs. I can make a new song every day, no problem. Sometimes 2 songs per day. And not something not of quality, right? I can make songs every day. Every day and every day and every day. I just need some background music. Then I make a song, write down a song text and make a melody line within 10 minutes, half an hour, never more than 1 hour. Then I post it on YouTube with background music, what I have been written down, and sing it with a melody line. Many times I sing it 1 time only, and in my first try I improvise the song. Then it's just there.
Them into doing something that they don't want to do. And if you disrespect them, they will cut you off without a second thought. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Because
yeah, I don't cut people off, but what I do is that I put them in their proper place. Right? I don't want to waste my time with the people that are not able to respect what I am giving. But I don't shut my doors. They are always open. And people know that. People who know me just take it for granted. Like some of the people from when I went to high school is still not reaching out to me. But there's none of them that don't know that I'm here with a broken heart, sick and incapable of surviving in this world. But they need to heal before they can reach out. Isn't it so? So when I think many people do the mistake that they are closing doors, they don't have to close doors. They just have to see, okay, this is not boyfriend material, this is not husband material, or this is not loyal friendship. This is something else. And then me, I have many people here in this country, for example, that was disloyal friends, and now I just, some of them is my motorbike, work for me as motorbike, bring taxi, drive me here, drive me there, and nothing else, right? I can trust them to different kinds of tasks, jobs, but as friendship, in regard to friendship, I cannot trust them. To live together with them, I can't, or to give them other kinds of more trustworthy tasks, I can't. So you just need to put people into their proper place. When they want to belittle you, then you just show them your limits, like that, right?
You cannot control someone who has no fear of losing you.
Yes, that is how men are thinking. That is very dangerous thought, right? That is very dangerous human being indeed. Me, I don't want to lose any of you. I want to keep as many of you in this world that I can, but also I've realized that I've been waiting a very, very long time for you people to heal. I don't know when you will start organize around my oracle, and I'm an oracle, so for me to stop loving you and cutting you totally off, I can't do that. I'm the oracle of this life. But it doesn't make me powerless. It doesn't make me powerless to be like this. Right? I can live without you. I've proven that I can live without you. But maybe you think I'm not proving it because you wanted me to be able to work a full-time job that is either sit and paint or produce something other than what I'm already doing. And I can't do that, and that is due to a traffic accident as a child where my bone structure were damaged. So I have many health problems due to that and due to mold exposure to toxic mold when I was 20 years old, trying to get a place to live in University City. Before I ever entered the university, I got mold disease, and so I couldn't continue with my studies. I didn't have a place to live, and so I was living in a place with a lot of toxic mold, right? And the mold has made me sick and given me all kinds of other diseases such as celiac disease. But life is a battle in order to survive. But also I am enjoying my life anyhow, right? I'm not letting all these diseases kill me off. I'm still here, and I'm proud of it, that I'm still here. And I'm in no rush, because when you rush things, then big idea don't come to you. Then the brain is working differently with a lot of stress, right? And when you rush, then you lose yourself in the process. So I'm not rushing anything, and because I'm not rushing anything, then everything is in perfect order.
A person who has the courage to be disliked is a dangerous person.
I'm very much disliked and very much ignored. And when people have the chance to be very bloody, evil, say something very evil, and belittle me, then they do. Isn't it so?
Because while everyone's overthinking how to be wanted, accepted, or approved of, they're busy not giving a fuck. They understand that no matter what they do, someone out there isn't going to like it. So instead of chasing...
For me, as being an oracle, it's not somebody is not going to like it. It's everybody is not going to like it, unfortunately.
Validation or needing everyone to clap for their decisions, they've chosen to live a life on their own terms, unfiltered.
And that is because you are being taught to go against my oracle, and you're being taught that through all kinds of war weapons, such as history books, psychology books, religious books, everything that you can imagine of, right? Everything that you can imagine. So it's very, very, very hard for me to get into your heart and mind and let you understand the importance of starting to organize around my oracle, and not just taking advantage of this situation for your own benefited from it, only you, and not giving me anything back that can improve my life situation and also improve the possibility of making this world into a more harmonious place to live in, with more content and happy feeling and less injustice. Isn't it so?
Unbothered and ironically more respected because of it. You cannot manipulate.
This is your deep line of fascia, and when it's tight or weak, it can cause neck, jaw, or head pain.
Oh my God!
Recently, sky observers from around the world have been uploading videos in the footage where there was once only blue sky and white clouds. Clear images of cities suddenly appear.
I identify as a witch.
If you are watching this,
When an empath stops forgiving, Carl Jung discovered that every mask in their life falls away, not just from others, but from themselves. The people who seemed loving reveal their manipulation.
People are exceptionally lazy. They would rather actually use their body, work every single day, than to have the mental toughness, the mental battle every single day to go through the pain of the unknown. Can't do anything about it. But when your body is tired, what are you gonna do? You're gonna rest. You can chill a little bit. You can have a nice hot bath, take a medicine. But when this hurts, you don't know what to do with it. And that...
Most people don't know this, but modern day Iraq...
pay very close attention.
You may have smoke for 10. There's a video that is circulating online now.
I want to go one day, not this month, to buy nicotine plaster from a pharmacy, or maybe they have it in Dar es Salaam, I don't know. And because nicotine is helping our bodies, you know, there's nicotine in tomatoes, for example. Nicotine is actually helping our bodies, killing nanotechnology. And nowadays, nanotechnology is a very big problem if you want to protect your humanity and stay human, right? And I want to stay human, and so I smoke cigarettes. And I know that I need to stop with the cigarettes and use nicotine plaster or something else. I don't even know. I need to do research about what those plasters are really made of besides nicotine, but that might be a solution for me. Trump asked about viral White House video. That's probably AI. Yeah. If I wanted to control women for a generation, I'd start with their womb.
When you break generational cycles, you are no longer playing by the rules of silence, self-abandonment, or pretending dysfunction is love.
I think the reason why women have not yet organized around an oracle is because it's so difficult for them to find many men to worship them, and because they cannot go and isolate anywhere and build up a city without government interference or very powerful people in society put a stop to it, right? But you just need to, and then they feel like they cannot, they feel very powerless, and then they become very narcissistic in their relationship with me. Then, because they cannot rule over their man, then they want to punish me or something, not wanting to me, not allowing me to step into my true power, right?
You're stepping out of the role they needed you to stay in to keep the illusion intact. And when you reject the role you were assigned, especially the scapegoat or the emotional fixer, you become the disruption. You start naming...
I'm very much a disruption that female don't want to be here because they're very much aware also about their power nowadays, but they either become bloody evil against men and want to exploit men, or they become the opposites, like very obedient and become Muslim and cover all their body, and or they just live alone, get their divorce, and then try to figure out things, but still with many limitations, right?
It's crazy how the richest man in the world has somehow convinced people that he's on their side.
It's not just crazy, it's strategic.
People, they don't trust in Trump because he's still working for the patriarchy. And I know that because the aliens that he's cooperating with is also governed by a patriarchy, right? But I see that we need Trump's help. We need Trump very much, and he's doing many good things. I need to put my trust in Trump because there's nothing else I can do in this situation with so many enemies around me. But the Trump have that big problem that he's a man. He's not supposed to rule. But we don't have an alternative. at this moment of time, and what he's doing is politic, is actually for the better. I think somebody is knocking the door now. Need to open. And then I need to stop this video. And I hope I have storage space for it. Storage space.